Sitting outside the Best Buy store here, guys, for you this morning. We're going to show you the new iPad mini that just came out today and how you guys can use it for digital planning, for note taking. This new device, this upgrade to the iPad mini is something I've been actually looking forward to. It has a lot of new features. It allows you to use the new second generation Apple Pencil. So guys, stay with me. We're going to show you how to use this new device released today from Apple for digital planning and note taking, and probably cover a few other features. Okay, so let's talk about the iPad mini. The 6th edition was released today. Now, I've had an iPad for a long period of time, and throughout the years, the iPad mini was always one that really intrigued me because it was something I could easily take with me. And seeing that the iPhone doesn't have any type of ability for you to go ahead and write on the screen, I am someone that is a daily planner. I like digital note taking. I like being able to use a pencil-like, paper-like device to jot down my thoughts, my ideas, and brainstorm what's in front of me. But being an Apple user, I wanted to use something other than a full-size iPad to carry with me. So when the iPad mini was reduced, I was intrigued, especially when they released the 5th generation iPad that allowed you to use the 1st generation pencil. Now with the release of generation 6, we now can use the 2nd generation pencil. And this to me opens up a lot of opportunities. I've always liked this generation pencil. They've done a great job improving upon it, being able to have that ability, being able to tap between being able to erase and write as you're note taking is something I really enjoyed. But when I first got this device, or actually when I first learned about the device and I was watching the Apple event, I was like, I don't know, it's really not something that I'm going to jump towards. Well, I think that's what's interesting about Apple is they announce it and then they say, hey, we're going to make it available in a couple weeks. Now, maybe that's so guys like me, people like you, do a little bit more research. When I picked up this iPad this morning, I picked it up on the notion that I wanted to be able to use the 2nd pencil, and I also wanted the fingerprint scanner. To me, that was huge. So when I picked it up and I looked at the devices and I started using, activation was really easy. Being able to scan my fingerprint was great, but then I got it into my hands, and that's where it really got exciting. So when I compared the iPad Generation 5 to the Generation 6, you can see there's a huge difference just on the form factor. You lose that home button, which for many of us has been something we've been holding on to for a long time, but you gotta let it go, you gotta let it go. Look at what it does for us. It dramatically improves the bezel of this screen. So when you're holding this device or you're trying to manipulate with it, you can see that the form factor is so much smaller and you have such bigger real estate to work with as far as handwriting goes. Now, when it comes to note taking, there is a number of apps that I enjoy using. One of them is OneNote. I think OneNote's a really powerful app for the ability that it has infinite pages. It can sync across Apple products, Android, Windows products. You can easily create tab sections and additional pages, copy templates. It really is like a filing cabinet. It's like a binder. It's like that old Franklin Covey binder where we could insert and create our own tabs and sections. And that's what I think of OneNote. But there's other apps that are like PDF Annotation Apps like GoodNotes, Noteshelf, and Nobility are some of my favorites. Now, each one is a little bit different, but they're all the same in the sense what they do is they take an interactive PDF, allow you to mark that PDF up. You can add images to it, you can add other text to it, you can type on these planners. You can create hyperlinks so you can navigate through the planner. I think of these as traditional booklet style daily planners and notebooks. There's a limitation to the size of the page, there's a limitation to the number of pages, and you really can't add or take pages out. I mean, you can take pages out, you can rip a page of a book, you can delete a page in a PDF, but that kind of messes with the filing system to some degree. With the 2022 version of our planner, we want to be able to index the planner itself. So we created a key page, it's a key landing page. You can access all your note-taking ability. You can index, you can write down what those pages stand for, if it's meeting, projects, or even your notes. So when I was looking at this device and I started getting into the nuts and bolts of it, again, really enjoyed that pencil. That was a big upgrade for me. The form factor was huge for me. The larger display, the smaller bezel, and when I held the product itself, it has more rigid edge than the rounded edge on the Generation 5 that has been replaced now with this new version. And to me, that was actually solid. So thickness, it feels a little thicker, but overall, the weight is very comparable. They feel relatively close to the same in weight. Now, I will say I was able to use this for a video conference call, as well as I was able to just check out the photo lens. I mean, I'm not one that takes a lot of pictures with my iPad, but if I had to, if I wanted to take pictures of my receipts and put them in my planner, I feel like this does a legitimate job. And as you guys can see, I probably need to clean off my dash in my truck a little bit now that you see how this zoom feature works. But the camera is a great improvement. Overall, I'm really excited for this device, and I am really happy to show you guys how you can use it for digital note taking. So let's start by looking at OneNote. Like we said, OneNote is one of those products that syncs your notes across several different platforms. If it be Windows, Android, Apple devices, you are able to synchronize your notes. OneNote works off of the fact that it basically is like a binder, a filing cabinet, and you can create sections and tabs, and you can add pages within the system. Now, what we've done is we've created a daily planner. We also have weekly planners, but you're able to easily go into those daily pages. You can write down the tasks that are important to you. You can go ahead and copy and paste different tasks from one page to the next. You can handwrite your notes, and you can also type out your plans as well. Now, with this particular device, I don't know if I'll be doing a lot of typing with it. I feel it's primary use for being on the go, if it be at your desk, maybe on bus, in your vehicle. This is the device you can easily pull out of your bag, your purse, and make some notations as you need to. And it's just really convenient to have it sitting next to you, side by side, your work center, and being able to use it. So aside from OneNote, the other option is using PDF Annotation Apps. Such examples are GoodNotes, Nobility, and Noteshelf. Now, I've always loved using these applications. Actually, it was some of the first applications that I used when I first started digital planning. Great thing about PDF Annotation Apps is you have the ability to hyperlink. And with the new 2022 edition of our planner, we've been able to put down what we call the key page. You can simply navigate throughout the entire year, down to your daily pages, throughout your goals, dive into your projects, even your tasks, and even your habit tracker. Now, when I look at PDF Annotation Apps, they're really very similar. They all kind of have the same basic functionality where you can go ahead, you can write down your notes, you can change pen size, you can change color, you can highlight, you can use the lasso tool to move stuff around. There's a lot of things that you can do within the actual applications themselves. I personally don't have much of a preference. There is some things that are beneficial. For example, with GoodNotes, you now can share across platforms. For the most part, you can really only synchronize these apps with other Apple devices. So if you have other Apple iPads, if you want to view your notes on your iPhone, or if you want to make notations on your desktop, those abilities are there. You can't sync across other PDF annotation apps on other platforms. So if you have Noteshelf on your iPad, it's not going to sync with Noteshelf on, say, your Android Surface. Just isn't going to happen. Someday it might. Now, you can create a backup with Noteshelf and then open up that backup in other devices, but they won't actually synchronize between each other. Now, why would somebody really want to use Noteshelf, GoodNotes, or Nobility really over top of OneNote? Well, a lot of the reasons are traditionally it's more like a paper-bound notebook. It allows you to feel like you are working with a book. It allows you to do side-by-side, which is probably one of the disadvantages of using OneNote is you don't have that side-by-side ability that you have. But with GoodNotes, you have that, and with the other ones, you do as well. The only thing is on the iPad mini, I just think the screen size is probably a little too small for you to be taking notes with two notebooks open. But with all of these apps, you have the ability to use not only the notebook, but split screen. You can check your email on one side. You can look at your calendar. This is where I think planning really gets powerful. When I look at planners and electronic organizers, and when I think of electronic organizers, I think of calendars like iCal, Google Calendar. They're great at reminding us and sending us notifications of where we need to be and when we need to be there. But when it comes to actually planning on an event, diving into the goals or the emphasis or the objectives that you want to accomplish in that meeting, or the long-term vision you want to build out, you just really can't do that with an electronic calendar. But with a digital planner, you have the ability to create a vision board, to write out your meeting notes, and to build in different aspects into your life into the planner that really helps you harness your potential and grow. Now, for a lot of you, you're saying, well, I can't really give up that notification service. I get it. And that's what's really cool about using like an iPad like this, for example. You can slide open or split screen your calendar, and you can easily have your support calendar and your primary planner in front of you, and easily copy and paste your daily or weekly tasks and appointments that you have in front of you. So guys, that is the newest iPad mini, the 6th edition. It comes with 64 gigabytes or 256 gigabytes. It can come Wi-Fi only, or you can get data services for it. I think for someone that is looking to utilize that 2nd generation pencil, have a more sleek form factor, this is the device for you. It's got a lot of extras that you're going to love, and you're going to see a lot of things come out that really going to help make this device more powerful and more user-friendly and useful in your daily planning needs that you guys are embarking on. Guys, I'm Brandon Bonhoeffer, creator and founder of the Key to Success Planner. If you haven't already, hit that like button, punch the subscribe button, and learn about digital planning with me. See the latest tech as we uncover it. If you know someone that's getting this device, share this link. If you got questions, hit the comments in below. Ask any questions you have. We're going to be happy to help you through your digital journey, learning how to plan. And if you guys want, jump on to our YouTube channel. You're here already, right? And look at some of the other videos, from training on how to use OneNote, how to use GoodNotes, how to use Noteshelf. And if you want to learn about our planning system, go ahead, punch the description below. There's a full link to all of our different planners that we have available. And if you guys use YouTube 2022, you guys can get a free trial of this planner at checkout. So I'm Brandon Bonhoeffer. Guys, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you guys real soon.